Gentlemen, if you're over 50 and feeling a little slower in the mornings, if your energy dips before noon, or if the spark in your step or your bedroom feels like a fading echo, let me be blunt with you. It might not be your age. It might be your breakfast plate. See, in my 35 years of working with men across the aging spectrum, from rugged ex-Marines to retired teachers, I've seen the same pattern play out. Fatigue, low drive, brain fog, and everyone blames just getting older. But age isn't the villain here. Malnourishment is. Not the kind where you're starving, but the kind where your body is quietly starved of the nutrients it needs to produce energy, regulate hormones, and maintain circulation, all without needing prescriptions, hormone gels, or awkward conversations. What's missing? Often, it's not some fancy supplement or exotic root powder. It's fruit. Real, whole fruit. 3 specific fruits, in fact. 1 red, 1 green, 1 yellow. Simple, familiar, but wildly effective when used the right way. I'm not here to sell you hope in a bottle. I'm here to remind your body of what it used to do naturally and how to get it back. Not by chasing your 20s, but by strengthening your 60s, 70s, and beyond. So if you're ready to reclaim stamina, clarity, and confidence, not someday, but starting tomorrow, stay with me. We're about to explore the healing power of food. And trust me, this is one prescription you'll actually enjoy taking.
1. Pomegranate, the circulation supercharger. Let me tell you a story I've heard more times than I can count. George, 72. He sat across from me, shoulder slumped, voice low. "Doc," he said, "I'm not the man I used to be." George wasn't sick, but he was tired in a way that's hard to explain. His energy had dipped, his confidence had thinned, and intimacy, that had quietly faded into memory. But what struck me most wasn't what he said. It was what he didn't know. It wasn't just age. What was really fading was his blood flow. For men over 60, circulation is everything. Without it, even the strongest engine won't start. And what most doctors never mention? One of the simplest ways to restore that flow isn't a pill or a procedure. It's a fruit, a red one, tart, ancient, often overlooked, pomegranate. I know what you're thinking. Really, Doc? A fruit? Yes, and here's why. Pomegranate is packed with polyphenols, natural compounds that act like a tune-up for your arteries. They relax your blood vessels, increase nitric oxide, your body's natural vasodilator, and promote stronger circulation, especially where it matters most. In one clinical study, older men who drank pomegranate juice daily saw significant improvements in blood flow and endurance in just 2 weeks. No prescriptions, no side effects, just juice. But it doesn't stop there. Pomegranate also reduces inflammation, eases oxidative stress, and supports prostate health, a trifecta of protection for the aging male body. And the best part? It tastes good, tart, refreshing, especially when chilled. George took my advice, 6 ounces of pure, unsweetened pomegranate juice each morning. That's all. 2 weeks later, he walked in taller, brighter, even joked that his wife was checking him out again. That, my friend, isn't magic. It's biology, reawakened. Now, will pomegranate turn back the clock? No. But it will help the gears turn again, more smoothly, more powerfully, especially in places where the engine has stalled. And for men who wake multiple times at night to urinate or feel that dull pressure from an aging prostate, this fruit offers quiet, natural relief without the baggage of synthetic meds. So if mornings feel heavier than they should be, if your confidence has started slipping, start with pomegranate. Not later, now. Not as a gimmick, but as a gift from nature. A tool to support your heart, your blood vessels, and yes, your performance. Because strength doesn't retire at 60. It just needs better fuel.
2. Avocado, the testosterone booster. Not long after George, another patient, Harold, walked into my office. 68, still active, a retired civil engineer who once loved hiking and fixing things around the house. But that day, he sat quietly across from me and said, "Doc, I don't feel like myself anymore. I feel flat, like someone dimmed the lights inside." I knew that tone. It wasn't depression, and it wasn't illness. It was something far more common and less talked about. A drop in testosterone. Now let's be clear. Testosterone isn't just about sex. It's about drive, your mental spark, your morning energy, the confidence in your voice, the strength in your grip. And while testosterone replacement therapies are everywhere now, gels, shots, and patches, I rarely recommend them first, because in most cases, the body doesn't need a synthetic fix. It needs a natural reminder. That's where avocado comes in. Yep, that soft green fruit you probably passed in the grocery aisle 100 times. Here's what makes it so powerful. Avocados are packed with monounsaturated fats, the kind your body needs to build testosterone. They also provide magnesium and zinc, two minerals essential for hormone production. And, here's the kicker, vitamin B6, which helps lower cortisol, your body's main stress hormone. Why does that matter? Because cortisol and testosterone are enemies. When one rises, the other crashes. So Harold started eating just half an avocado a day, with his eggs or over a salad. 1 week later, he walked in with a different energy. "Doc, I feel more like a man again, more grounded, more present. Even my wife noticed." And that's the beauty of restoring testosterone naturally. Men don't just feel more manly, they feel more alive. Your metabolism improves, your mood evens out, your muscles respond again, and that inner fire you thought was gone, it starts to flicker back to life. All from a fruit, no prescription needed. Let's be honest, avocados aren't flashy. They don't promise miracles, but they work, quietly, steadily, like real healing does. They also support your heart, thanks to their potassium content. And believe me, there's no strong performance without a strong heart. So if your drive has dipped, if your thoughts feel foggy, if you started going through the motions instead of really living them, start simple. Half an avocado a day. Not complicated, not expensive, just real fuel for a body that still remembers how to thrive. Because reclaiming testosterone isn't about becoming someone new. It's about returning to who you already are. And when testosterone works in sync with circulation and energy, that's restoration, not hype. Which brings me to the third fruit, often ignored, but maybe the most important of all. It fuels your brain, your muscles, and your mornings. And odds are, it's already in your kitchen. Let's talk about banana and why it could be the spark your body's been missing.
3. Banana, the energy igniter and artery protector. Let me introduce you to Walter, 73, retired school principal, tall, soft-spoken, always composed. But that day he looked worn. "Doc, I wake up tired and I stay tired. I'm not sad, I'm not in pain, I'm just drained." That word drained, I hear often. It's not fatigue. It's not depression. It's a quiet burnout, the kind that creeps in when your body isn't getting what it needs to generate energy. So I asked him what I always ask. Walter, what do you eat for breakfast? He paused. Most days, I skip it. There it was. After 60, skipping breakfast is like trying to drive uphill on an empty tank. Your body doesn't self-start like it used to. It needs fuel. The right kind. So I gave Walter a simple assignment. Start your day with one banana. Bananas may seem basic, but what they do inside your body? Anything but. They're rich in potassium, magnesium, and vitamin B6, nutrients your cells use to produce energy, regulate your heart, and maintain blood pressure. They support muscle strength, circulation, and mental clarity. They also contain natural sugars and fiber, which means they offer a steady stream of energy, not a spike, not a crash. And here's something most men don't realize. Bananas support your arteries just like pomegranate. Potassium helps reduce the strain on blood vessels, which keeps circulation flowing smoothly, especially to areas that matter most with age. Within a week, Walter came back with a different posture, more upright, more present. Doc, I didn't just feel more awake, I felt steady. I wasn't crashing mid-morning anymore. I even caught myself whistling. That's what real energy feels like. Not caffeinated hype, but cellular restoration. One banana a day might not seem revolutionary, but for Walter and many others I've treated, it's been exactly that. Simple, effective. No blender, no prep. Just peel and go. And when you combine banana with avocado for hormone balance and pomegranate for circulation, that's when the body starts realigning itself. Because energy isn't a luxury after 60, it's a lifeline to your independence, your clarity, your ability to feel like yourself again. In the next section, I'll show you why these three fruits don't just work, they work better together.
4. Why these three fruits work better together. Here's something I wish more men understood. The body isn't a machine with separate parts. It's a living orchestra where circulation, hormones, and energy must play in tune. And when just one section falls out of rhythm, you feel it. In your mood, your joints, your clarity, even in how you show up to the people you love. That's why I don't just recommend pomegranate or avocado or banana. I recommend all three together. Because when used consistently, they create a biological harmony that no powder or pill can mimic. Let me show you how. Pomegranate fuels your blood, opening arteries, boosting brain flow, and easing prostate strain. Avocado nourishes your hormones, raising testosterone naturally, calming cortisol, and rekindling your internal drive. Banana powers your cells, delivering steady, grounded energy from morning to night. Individually, each fills a gap many men don't even know they have. But when combined, they form what I call the vitality triangle: circulation, hormones, and energy. Three pillars that quietly support everything else. I've seen this firsthand, over and over, like Richard, 69, sluggish, disconnected, convinced he was just slowing down. We didn't change his life, we changed his rhythm. 3 fruits every morning. 3 weeks later, he looked at me and said, "Doc, I didn't just feel better, I felt back, like my body remembered how to be strong again." That's the key. You're not broken. You're just undernourished in the ways that matter most. This isn't about eating healthy or going on some fruit cleanse. It's about giving your body the real, living tools it still knows how to use. And after 60, your system doesn't need extremes. It needs consistency. Here's the beautiful part. You don't need to overhaul your life. You just need a rhythm. A small glass of pure pomegranate juice in the morning, half an avocado with eggs or toast, one banana with a dab of nut butter or eaten whole. No gimmicks, no superfood hype, just real nourishment for a real body. And when you give your body what it's been quietly craving, it responds. Fast. Your sleep deepens. Your voice steadies. Your mind clears. Your partner notices. You walk taller. You feel like you again. So if you've tried everything else and nothing truly clicked, maybe it's time to stop chasing quick fixes and start feeding your foundation. Because this isn't about chasing youth. It's about restoring vitality. And these 3 fruits, they're a damn good place to start. Up next, I'll show you the exact daily rhythm I give my patients. Simple, actionable. Because knowledge is nice, but action is where change begins.
5. Conclusion. Reclaiming strength, energy, and vitality after 60. After over 30 years of listening to men just like you, men who've worked hard, sacrificed much, and quietly carried the weight of aging, I've come to a truth that's both humbling and empowering. It's not age that slows us down. It's what we stop believing is possible. You don't need to chase youth. You don't need a miracle. You need a rhythm, a daily, intentional way to fuel the man you still are. We've talked about pomegranate for circulation, avocado for hormones, and banana for energy. 3 humble fruits, 1 powerful shift. They don't promise perfection. They offer something far more important, function. They help you show up again in your body, your mind, and your relationships. Because vitality after 60 isn't about looking younger. It's about feeling present, grounded, and capable. And you can have that starting with your next breakfast. Ask before you go. If this message meant something to you, don't keep it to yourself. Subscribe to the channel, click the bell, and leave a comment if you're ready to reclaim your strength. And if you believe more men need to hear the truth, not hype, consider sharing this video or supporting our work through the link below. I'm Dr. Jonathan Prescott. Stay strong, stay steady, and I'll see you in the next video.